trouble for Tesla, the electric car maker facing new concerns over its financial health as J.P. Morgan cut its price target and reportedly says the going private process for the company appears less developed than earlier thought. This coming as CEO Elon Musk is slamming Arianna Huffington this morning for urging him to cut back on his reported 120-hour work weeks. Musk fires back at Arianna Huffington, tweeting at 2:30 a.m. Pacific time yesterday. He says this: Ford and Tesla are the only two American car companies to avoid bankruptcy. I just got home from the factory. You think this is an option? It is not. Joining us now, the Wall Street Journal's tech and autos reporter, Tim Higgins. Tim, good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us. What'd you make of Elon Musk replying to Arianna Huffington like that?
Well, the last time I saw Elon in person, it was at the factory, and he had a pillow next to him. He said he was sleeping underneath his desk, hadn't left in days, and was still wearing the same T-shirt that he had when he came into the factory. The guy's almost living there, according to him, and really just trying to put everything he has into getting these cars out, which is one of the challenges here, right? We've got this new distraction on the going private idea. At the same time, Tesla is trying to crank out 5,000 Model 3s a week so it can start generating cash and become profitable this quarter.
Yeah, I mean, look, sleep is a big thing for Arianna Huffington. I mean, she's talked about sleep as one of the most important things for your health. So we're talking about two different stories here. In terms of Elon Musk, he puts that tweet out a week and a half ago, says he's got funding secured. The SEC is now on its back. Where does this go in your view?
Yeah, our reporting at the Wall Street Journal is suggesting that the SEC is looking at more than just that tweet, that they were looking, prior to that, they were looking at some of the troubles around the Model 3 and ramping up production, and that Tesla was already in their view.
Tim, it's Adam Shapiro. I was curious, how much trouble is the bigger projects that Musk is into, for instance, the battery factory in Arizona? Do his comments in the SEC investigation pose a threat to those kinds of plans? Because I always thought the big plan was battery technology, not necessarily the cars.
Battery and solar, those parts of the business. He's got a giant factory outside of Reno that has really been cranking. And it's been one of the problems for the Model 3 is getting batteries going at that factory. It took them a while to get going. It was too complex of a manufacturing setup. They also had some issues at the Fremont factory. Then you also have to remember, Elon's got a lot of other business ventures. He's got SpaceX. He's got this startup for brain computers. And he's working on a company to dig tunnels underneath cities in the hopes of creating a new transportation system.
Tim, it's Dagan McDowell. In terms of the tweeting and the Elon Musk saying that trying to take the company private, does that interfere with the attempted production ramp up of the Model 3? Because there have been some significant departures from Tesla. Is there an overlap between what Elon Musk is saying and what is actually happening in this factory?
Well, it's probably another distraction, right? I mean, at this point, the company was supposed to be focused entirely on getting the Model 3 out. Elon has said in recent months that that's where his focus was this idea of getting to a production rate that was sustainable and could start generating cash. You have to remember, basically all year, close observers have been watching that cash level as delay after delay in ramping up production. They just started eating into that cash, and there's been increasing concern about that.
Toby, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I think that the sleep, I've worked 120 hours a week, and you certainly can do it. You can be very productive, but I think it's not great for your health. It's a short-term fix.
And it's not sustainable, right?
Well, I did it for 5 years.
Wow.
And residents did it, but we realized that it's not the best way to go, and you make better decisions with more sleep. But I think this is a distraction from the main event of the discussion about where Tesla really is headed.
Yeah, and what's with Saudi Arabia? The sovereign wealth fund now reportedly in talks to invest in the rival to Tesla, Lucid Motors. According to Reuters, this comes as Musk claimed the same public investment fund could help take Tesla private just 2 weeks ago. So what's your take, and what do you know about the Saudis and where they want to put their money, Tim?
Well, Lucid's an interesting company. They've really staffed with a lot of ex-Tesla people, folks who helped bring out the Model S years ago, which was really what made Tesla seem as a company to really bet on. And so there's been a lot of tension, but they've struggled to get funding to kind of get to that next level and to get to production. So the idea that they're in the mix here perhaps adds another level of intrigue and kind of gets at that point is, was funding really secured? I think raises that question for Tesla.
Right.
Tim, from your reporting, anybody on the board of directors think maybe it's time for Elon Musk to perhaps step aside and let someone with more experience in the automotive industry take over? Or
more experience running a public company.
Yeah.
He doesn't like dealing with the people who are negative. I mean, you're going to get that in the analyst community when you're a public company.
Well, for sure. But one of the issues for Tesla is that Elon Musk and Tesla are in so many ways connected. And one of the reasons people are investing in Tesla is the idea of what Elon can do and his vision for personal transportation going forward, right? You know, you look at the results at Ford and General Motors. These are companies that are making a lot more cars and a lot more profit, yet, you know, look at Tesla's market cap and how they compare. It's betting on that vision of Elon. At least that's been the story, the investment story for the past year or so. The challenge, however, is now running into this question, can Elon execute on all this vision?
Yeah. Tim, is there any, it's Dagan McDowell again, is there any real competition, though, particularly on the luxury end, for what Tesla is doing, and even with the Model 3? Because, again, these major auto companies, particularly here in the U.S., I drive a gas-electric hybrid, and it's not as good as what Tesla produces. And the big automakers are still playing catch-up to Elon Musk.
One of the things that Elon's been very successful doing is creating this luxury brand, right? Well, it has basically prodded global automakers into putting resources into developing luxury electric vehicles, and those vehicles are about to start to arrive. We see Jaguar with its electric SUV hitting the market this fall. We're expecting vehicles from Audi. Porsche is down the road here with an all-electric vehicle that is getting a lot of attention.
Well, we'll see
the competition is coming. Well, it's coming just at the time that, you know, Tesla is struggling to get out its products. Yeah.
Meanwhile, what about Elon Musk's infrastructure firm, the Boring Company? Let's talk China for a second. They want tariff exemptions from the Trump administration for Chinese-made parts. So in a letter posted on a government website, the company warns tariffs for tunneling machinery could delay a planned tunnel between New York City, Washington, D.C. Your reaction, and, you know, given what's taken place between the U.S. administration and the Chinese, do you think this happens?
Well, I mean, you know, the Boring Company is just another one of those things that Elon has going, an example of that he's really spread thin across all of his companies, but also is another example that this is an issue for the Boring Company, but Tesla also has a lot of business in China, and there is a lot of risk here going on with the Chinese market, right? It's just another potential, you know, challenge that Elon has. He's got China issues, he's got the issues of ramping up the Model 3, and now he's got this overarching issue of going private. That's a lot of drama for one guy who's sleeping on a factory floor.
These are really cool pictures, though, from the Boring Company in terms of these underground tunnels that they're trying to. He's got great vision, and he's got great ideas. We'll see about the execution. Look how cool that is.
It's very cool. Vision, though.
Tim, thank you. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Tim Higgins joining us there.